Right, hello and welcome back to yet another video. I am Dan and I'm here to talk to you today, Il Divo. Now before we get into this, remember to like, comment and share your favourite Il Divo song and send this to your biggest Il Divo fan. I'm sure there's mums out there who love Il Divo. Anywho, yes, we are talking about Il Divo's second album, Ancora, which is their second studio album from the ancient days of 2005. I was 4. 2006. I was 5. Now, before we get into this, who is Il Divo? For those of you who are uneducated, but we can teach you, it's okay. For those of you who are uneducated with Il Divo, they are an opera pop band from the great mind of Simon Cowell. Emphasis on the great mind. What a man he is. But yes, Il Divo were created by Simon Cowell because Simon wanted to break the market of opera pop. And to me, they're quite good. I don't understand why Cowell ever got their hands on them. And I will discuss that more in a second. But yes, this is their second studio album. And let's talk about it. So yes, this is Il Divo, and it's rather good actually. I must admit, for coming from the mind of Simon Cowell, you'd think, oh God, another one. But yeah, it's not too bad. They really do carry the opera very well, and they do carry the pop versions as very well. This album is split up really into two halves. You got the pop side and the opera side, and they're quite good both ways. In some ways, the pop thing is slightly better than the opera, but I'm not really an opera man myself. I'm not big into Pavarotti, shall we say. But outside of that, they do build that bridge between both pop and opera. And obviously they don't have the voice that Pavarotti had, or people like that, where they could, belt out these big, over-the-top kind of songs. But they do have a great voice for the simpler stuff. And they do have quite a few Italian origin songs on here. I'm not going to try and pronounce them because I can't speak Italian. But there is quite a few on here. And they do have standard pop tracks. I Believe in You, which is an original track from the guys, featuring Celine Dion. And obviously you cannot go wrong with Celine Dion. What a belter of a voice she's got. So that song was in quite good hands. All by Myself, the Italian version, presumably because they wanted to sing it in so it would appeal to an Italian audience or a Spanish audience? Italian audience. So yeah, it's in Italian. And what else is on here? Hero by When a Hero Comes Along by Mariah Carey is also covered by them. And I must admit, they're all very good versions. They do very good pop versions. Very good opera version of pop songs, I should say. And all the songs I've listed here are very good. And done rather well. Better than the originals? Probably not. But for what they are and for what they're designed to be for, I think they're really good. And I think the lads really do have the knack for it. The downside is obviously it's kind of it could be seen as pandering to both sides, both pop and opera, just due to the fact I give them some depth, but not enough depth to people go, oh wow, that's cool. They're not there to kind of break any records, I guess you could say. They're there just to make money and open up Simon Cowell to a different audience. So yeah, there's that. But for the most part, they are very good at what they do with the opera singing, and this album is very good for that. I'm not big into opera, as I said, and this bridges a gap for me, both pop and opera. And I think that the vocals of all the songs on this album are done really well. Obviously, they don't write their own stuff, but obviously that's just part and part of working with Simon Cowell. But for what they are, it's a very good album. I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for something that's Pavarotti related and kind of a big belter with a you won't get that. But if you want simple pop opera, like a bit like Mario Lanza, I guess you could say, where it's kind of simplified opera music. Now, obviously, I'm not saying Mario Lanza isn't opera. He can do it, or he could do it. But it's that simplified, more open-minded opera music, I guess you could say, and kind of easier on the ears, so to speak, so it won't overdo it, so to speak. As always, I do recommend this to you. Give it a listen and let me know what you think. As I say, overall, very good album. Give it a listen. And give Il Divo a listen overall, because you never know what you might find on there. If you aren't big into opera, it may give it a miss, but if you do like if you do want to give them a listen, give a listen to Hero or I Believe in You with featuring Celine Dion, because they're both great tracks in my opinion. Until the next one, I shall see you there.